Class, my name is Mary Ellen Hoffman, and I'm going to be your professor for this course. I'm looking forward to working with everybody, and I hope that you're looking forward to this class, because this is a really great course. So let me just tell you a little bit about myself. I live in Short Beach, and that's in Branford, Connecticut. It's about a 3-minute walk from the beach. I also have a home in Lakes of Melbourne, Florida. I bought my sister's home about 4 years ago. So what we've been doing is we live half the time in Florida and half the time in Branford, Connecticut. So I've been married for 37 years to a wonderful man. I have 3 grown children, Melissa, Justin, and Michelle. I also have 1 grandson. His name is Aiden, and he is 2.5. So I am also a nurse. And I've been working at Yale Haven Hospital for 34 years on a heart vascular step-down unit. I just recently retired. I took an early retirement. So we got our first home computer in 1998. This is what set me off into wanting to go into designing, because I got very frustrated on the computer. I was not able to do what I wanted to do. So I went back to school because I've always loved art and I've always loved design. And I went to Pear College of Art, and I graduated in 2004. I worked for a few years for different graphic design companies until I decided to start my own graphic and web design company called Hoffman Design. And I worked for a while in the company, and then I decided I wanted to start teaching. So I went back to school. It took me a long time to find a program online. At that time, there wasn't very many graphic design programs, and there wasn't any master's programs in graphic design in my area. So I found a school called Savannah Art School in Georgia, and in 2009, I graduated from there with an MA in graphic design. So I wanted to get my master's in fine art, and it's a completely different program. So I went back to school. And I went to Full Sail University online, and I got MFA in multimedia design. I graduated in 2013. So I've been teaching now for over 10 years. I've been teaching. I taught at D4I University for 5 years before they eliminated the 2-year program online for graphic design. And I also teach at the University of New Haven. I teach in the multimedia design program. And I've been teaching there for over 8 years. And I've been teaching at Colorado University now online for over 5 years. So some things that I like to do. I love to paint. I love to take photos when I have time to do all this. I love to go to the beach. And I like to go camping. We haven't done that in a while, but we used to go camping with our children for like about 15 years every summer. But most of all, I love to spend as much time with my family as possible. So what I'd like to do here today is I'd like to show you a process book that I did for a company called PetGuard. So what they wanted was a whole new look for the company. They wanted a new logo, everything, color, everything. They want a complete makeover because they wanted to drive more people to their company. And they do most of their advertising online and they wanted to expand. So they wanted to take this company and make it into something really big. So I'm going to show you a process book I did, and you will start to understand all these courses that you're taking, how everything is going to start coming together for you. So let me get started and show you this, and I hope that you find this very interesting. This is the process book that I'm talking about. And it's a rebranding campaign for PetGuard. So let me just go through. This is a whole project I created by myself as a freelance project. So let's start with research, how important research is. So this is just an abstract. I'm just going through, talking a little about PetGuard Organic. It's a small family-owned business that's located in Green Cove Springs, Florida. So I'm not going to go through and read all this. I'm just going to show you how important it is for all those projects that you're working on when you do those Word documents. The more that you put into this, the more you're going to get out of it, because this is what you're going to be do as a designer. Unfortunately, you're not going to just be doing design work. We're going to have to do a lot of research. Everything that you do before you start working in your project is going to make a big difference in the end results. So I just went through and talked a little bit about the benefits of organic food. This is for everybody. This is for, also not just the people who work in the company, but, somebody on the outside, users can pick up and look at this book and read it. So solutions. So creative brief. I start with the creative brief and talk about the brand mission. I go through the brand mission, the brand vision. And then I do a SWOT analysis. I talk about the strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and threats. And then I talk about a SWOT action plan. Now I can give you the website to this and you can take a look at this yourself. Then some unique selling positions. We talk about what is really great about organic pet food. And then we go through and talk about who is going to be the target audience. Then some key tenets is vitality, fun, and healthy. Those are all three very important aspects of this product that we want the user to understand, and helps us to design this whole, the whole process. Then we talk about PetGuard's competition. Who is PetGuard's competition at this time? This project was done in about 5 years ago. So, there are more organic pet foods that have come out since that time. Then we consider PetGuard's considerations. And then we go through the creative process. Before we even start getting to putting this together, doing all the final projects in this, we start doing what is called design research. Okay, now we did research in the whole company, SWOT analysis, who's the target audiences. Now we got to start researching other kinds of things. We're going to research colors. Okay, we have to find the colors that we want. So I just decided to break this up into three different aspects of the company. So one of them is healthy and green, the other one is passionate and dependable, and the final one is vitality and fun. So I presented this to the client, and the client decides which direction that they want to go into. And I do what is called a mind map. And then we create mood boards. So I first draw them out, and then I bring them into the computer. So this is for the first one, healthy and green. This is the mood board for the first one. And this is the second one, passionate and dependable. Now you can see how each one of them reflects, what I wanted to reflect with all the colors and everything. You see the colors are in there, and then the typography too. And the final one is vitality and fun. So whatever direction the company wants to go into, I'm giving them, a whole wide aspect of things for them to choose from. And colors, everything. So then I start doing some logo sketches for each one for healthy and green. 3 different ideas, 3 different kinds of logos, but still is going to be for the company that I'm creating, which is the new name is going to be Vitality. And then I do type studies. We start going through for each one. For healthy and green, the type studies. For passionate and dependable, the type studies. And for vitality and fun, the type studies. And then we do an animated mood board. It seems like an awful lot of work, doesn't it? But this is what we go through, the whole process. We want to make sure that this is going to be the product that we want to give to the client. Then we start working on different web designs. And you can see these are my wireframes for both the mobile website and the desktop version. And this is for the first one, healthy and green. And this is for the next one, it's passionate and dependable. And this is the layouts for this one. You can see that they're very different from one to the other. And the last one is vitality and fun. And you can see it's a more animated kind of a layout. The wireframes and everything is a little different. So then we start putting it together. These are just done in Photoshop just to give the client an idea of what each one of these is going to look at. The first one is healthy and green. The third one is passion and dependable. And the last one is vitality and fun, which is the one that the client decided the way the client wanted to go. They wanted to go with the third one. So then we do what is called a style guide. So then we start putting the logo together. So this is the original logo and this is the logo now. As you can see, a lot of work goes into designing a logo. And we can see that we have to decide upon what colors and how it's going to be used. And you always have to have a nice black and white. You can see the final logo and the final logo text and the logo mark. And then you have to place in proper and improper usages of the logo. And then the project fonts. So what were the final fonts that are going to be used in the project? Was we have to list all those and the final project colors. And then design elements. If we have any kind of design elements for packages, the design elements for the logos. And project design. So we have project patterns, project designs. And now we're starting to go into the final design. So this is the final logo. This is the logo in color and the logo in black and white. And you notice that the colors are both organic and fun. And that's the reason why they were chosen, that I chose these colors. Colors have a lot of meaning. So before you start using colors in your designs, and you need to do some research on the colors that you are using. And then we have the stationery logo design and stationery aspects. And then we have package design. Now all this I did, this is all my own project. So this is package design for, cats and for dogs and different treats. And then we have the point of purchase and trade shows. This would be seen in the store, the displays right here. And the second one is the trade show. And finally, we have the final website that's done. So we have the mobile site, the desktop version, and then we also have a blog version. And then we have outdoor advertisement. And then we have all the promotional pieces. So this is it. I just wanted to give you a good cap as to what it's going to be like. Now this is the beginning. I like this because this is the last picture of the pet and dog. This is when they first start together, when they're puppies and kitten. And this is in the end. So what we have is a rebranding campaign. So it's vitality for happy, healthier pets. Okay? So I'm hoping that this will gander your interest and you will start to think about all the aspects that go into a project and how important your piece really is. You'll be working in a design company, and whatever you do, you're going to get together as a group. Whether you do it, online, or if you do it together in a room, or depending on the size of the company, then you will have a better idea as to what is going to be expected of you and why your portion of the project is very important.